I'm Linda Nelson, Executive Director of VizNet, and I'm here to talk with you about the changing educational landscape. How much do you know about what's happening in the educational arena outside of the walls of your school? The landscape locally, at the state level, and at the national level is changing rapidly. In my opinion, this is the greatest time and most exciting time ever to be in education. But it's important to know what's going on around you. So let's take a look. We'll start with trends in online learning at the higher ed level. While as independent schools, we may not always agree with leaders in higher ed, history has proven that many educational trends start at the college level and trickle down. So with that in mind, it is important to be aware of what's happening in this arena. This pie chart shows the breakdown of online course offerings in higher education. The large blue area represents the number of schools that offer both online courses and at least one fully online program. The reddish pink area represents those schools that offer online courses but not a full online program. And the lime green area, which represents only 13% of colleges and universities, shows those schools that have no online offerings. Most recent statistics indicate that 32% of college students have taken at least one online class. And those statistics are from 2011, so I would suggest that they're a little bit higher now. I would guess that 32% is probably closer to 40% 2 years later. As you can see, for the last 10 years, we've had a steady increase, which is projected to continue for the foreseeable future. You may wonder how this plays out in North Carolina. The UNC system is right on the money, mirroring national averages of 32%. And while this number is impressive, it represents only the fully online classes. If you broaden that scope to include blended learning experiences, you would see the percentage to be much higher. It would probably spike to close to 100%. So with this steady increase in online learning at the college level, what are college leaders saying about outcomes? 77% of chief academic officers have rated online learning as equal to or superior to face-to-face learning. 70% of those same chief academic officers agree that online learning will be a key factor in their institution's strategic planning over the next few years. Let's turn now and bring this a little closer home and look at what's happening in K-12 education. 40 states currently have some sort of public online learning initiative. You can see from this map, the states in dark blue have a publicly funded virtual school. The light blue states have some publicly funded online learning programs, but not a fully online school. The white states have no publicly funded initiatives. North Carolina has the second largest public virtual school in the nation. It's led only by Florida, whose program has been in existence for more than 15 years. I guess I knew this, but until I looked at this graphic, it didn't really drive the point home. But if you look, North Carolina, the next closest state to North Carolina would be Alabama with 44,000. So we are well in second place, and everybody else trails significantly. There are 23 new charter schools that will be opening in North Carolina in the fall of 2013, and another 70 applications that have been filed for the 2014-2015 school year. Since the charter school cap was lifted, we've had significant activity in that area, and nobody really knows exactly what to expect moving ahead, but we do know that the number of charter schools across the state will continue to grow. 10 states have either initiated graduation requirements or graduation recommendations that students take at least one online course before they graduate. Virginia is the closest state to us that has passed legislation, and they are requiring this for the incoming 9th grade class in 2013. No legislation is currently under consideration in North Carolina, but I just want you to know that conversations are taking place and other states are making legislation to address that. There are, however, currently 3 bills in the North Carolina legislature regarding digital learning initiatives. The first bill, House Bill 43, was recently passed and signed into law by the governor. This bill mandates and funds the transition from textbooks to digital learning materials for all students by the year 2017. Another bill, House Bill 23, which provides for the establishment of digital competencies and training for all public school employees, has passed the House and Senate, but has not yet been signed into law. The final bill, House Bill 97, allocates a portion of lottery money coming into the state to fund digital training initiatives. This bill has passed the House and moved on to the Senate for consideration. Small to medium-sized public school districts in states across the nation are forming digital learning consortiums to combine funding and share resources. In a growing number of instances, these districts and states are partnering with corporations interested in developing 21st century workforce and are receiving significant partnership dollars. I think this is a significant new change or new development for us to consider, because these districts are getting lots of funding to move forward on these digital learning initiatives. At least 5 large commercial vendors are aggressively expanding their presence in the independent school market. Rocketship Education, which operates under a blended learning model, currently runs 7 schools in San Jose, California, and is opening a cluster of schools in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Their goal is to have schools in 50 cities across the country and serve over 1 million students. Pearson Education, one of the largest educational publishing companies, is also throwing its hat into the arena along with others. None of this is happening in North Carolina yet, but you better believe it's headed our way. Last year, K-12, the nation's largest online educational company, applied to open a charter school in North Carolina. It was turned down, but that doesn't mean they won't be back. I share all of this so that we as independent schools can have an eyes wide open perspective of the educational landscape that surrounds us, and so that we can be forward thinking as we plan for the future. Our greatest asset is our independence. I hope we won't also let it become our biggest liability. Independent schools have a real opportunity to create a climate of interdependence and collaboration, one that serves not only our schools but our students, and creates a model of sustainability that can lead us well into the 22nd century and beyond. VisNet has become a thought leader in creating connected and collaborative learning communities. We invite you to contact us for more information on ways we can work together to ensure a bright future for independent education.